Hi, J Mike here. If you're 10 years old, you can learn to juggle. You can learn to juggle at the age of 10, 9, 8, 15, 20, 25, even 30 years old. I learned to juggle when I was 30 years old with no instructions, but I just want to show you briefly how easy it is, but there are a couple of secrets. The first thing is you need two arms and able hands. If you can do this with one ball, the first step in juggling, you need to be able to do this with one ball. Typically, most people are right-handed. It's okay if you're left-handed because you need both hands equally well. You need to use both hands equally or it'll be hard to juggle. So with one ball, if you can do this, you too can learn to juggle. So kids, or people, whoever you are, take your best hand and do this and tell yourself, that means I can juggle. It doesn't mean you can juggle today because it's going to be time consuming, but you are on the way to learning how to juggle. If you can do this, you just need to want to be able to practice and do it. There's a lot of work, but that's the first step. There are a number of steps to juggling, and you need to master every step. Now, just keep in mind, the balls are going to drop thousands of times before you can be able to juggle. If you don't drop the ball 1,000 times, 2,000 times over a number of weeks or months, and pick the ball back up and keep trying, you won't juggle. But you can juggle, because I myself have dropped these balls 1,000,000 times. So, kids, or whoever you are, if you're already good at that, you say, oh, that's not juggling. Well, if you're already good at that, then you need to do it with your opposite hand. Equally well, I might add. So practice that quite a few times, and then tell yourself, I'm just as good with my left hand as with my right hand. And then when you do that, you're ready for two balls. So you take the second ball, hold it in your hand like this. And the ball, now the way I do it, and the way I'm going to teach it, the ball furthest out toward the tip of your hands is easiest to let go of first. You can do it either way you like, whatever's comfortable for you. But I like to throw the ball farthest on the tips of my fingers first and do this. Now, if the balls fall, just pick them up and keep trying. But you have to, with your best hand, cascade two balls and catch the first ball after you let the second ball go. The second ball has to be in the air before the first ball comes back down. This may take a while, but once you start getting the hang of it, it'll get easier. Don't worry, it gets easier. So now they're gonna fall, so pick them up. Don't worry. Don't let that make you say, I can't do it. I can't hold on to them, because that's normal. You just have to have the will to do it. So just remember, a 10-year-old can do this, and a 30-year-old can do it too. If you have the will to, the determination and the will to do it, and the time, you need to keep practicing this. If I stop practicing, I'll get rusty, and then I'll drop the balls. So the next step is do that same thing equally well with your opposite hand. Everything needs to go back and forth. Juggling requires two hands to work equally well with each other. So after you get good with your right hand, get equally good with your left hand. This may take some days or weeks, even months. I taught a 10-year-old to do this. It took 4 months of doing it every day for about 20 to 40 minutes a day. Well, let's just estimate that. It's up to you how long you spend on it or how long you want to wait to learn this, but it could take weeks or months. If you're determined, you can do it. It might even come quicker if you're determined. So when you get equally good, with each hand, it's time for 3 balls. Now you can do this. Hold 1 ball in your lesser hand, the hand that's not dominant, and take 2 balls. So you're going to hold this ball and not move it, and take 2 balls and just cascade 2 balls. Now you're almost ready to juggle. And now I am ready to tell you the secret, the number 1 secret to juggling. After you do this, now do it with the other hand. And when you feel comfortable with that, holding 1 ball without moving it, and then just doing, and there you go. That's going to happen to you 1,000 times. So, where are we? Here we are. So we're ready to juggle, or at least we're ready to try juggling. The secret is keep your eye on the highest ball, because the highest ball in the air is the next one to come down. You need to catch that ball next. So always keep that in mind when you have 3 balls in the air, or even 2 balls. The highest ball is coming down next. So when I juggle, my eyes almost don't move. They're on the highest ball. Now the highest ball could be in a different spot. You'll need to keep your eye on that highest ball, and that keeps changing. So you have a different ball to look at, but you're keeping your eye on the peak. If you want to go fast, you don't throw them as far up because they're coming down quicker. So that will seem like you're juggling faster. If you want to take more time between catching balls, you will throw it a little bit higher, but it's a little more risky. So keep your eye on the high ball. And if you watch a juggler closely, you'll see that their eyes are always in the air. So their eyes are on the highest ball, because that's the one they need to do something with next. And that's it. Even a 10-year-old can do this. See you next time.